welcome back.
Today we are going to Santa's Anonymous.
Ooh.
So let's go check it out. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are here with Angel Benedict, the Executive Director at 880 CHED Santa's Anonymous. How are you doing today?
Really good, thank you. How are you?
Awesome. We are really good. Super excited to be here. So we can just start with you telling us a bit about yourself.
Well, first, thank you so much for joining us. I am the Executive Director here at 880 CHED Santa's Anonymous. I've been here, this is actually my 5th campaign here.
Wow.
So starting my 5th year and just genuinely really thrilled. I love Christmas. I think that there's a lot of value in bringing that new toy to a child at Christmas and just curating an amazing gift package. Santa's Anonymous is a charity that exists to serve kids aged 0 to 12 years old in the city of Edmonton. And what we do is when those families are in financial need, they can apply to us and we help provide them with a gift package at Christmas.
What initially brought you to work at Santa's Anonymous?
So I've actually been working in the not-for-profit sector for well over 20 years at a variety of charitable organizations in the city of Edmonton. And this is just something, I have small children at home, and so I know the magic of Christmas for them. And so for me, this was just like a really natural fit for me to take my skill set and my abilities and try to just bring some joy to kids at what is one of my personal favorite times of the year.
Yay! Yeah, Christmas is also one of my favorite times of the year. It's
Excellent.
so much fun. We'll talk a bit more about Santa's Anonymous as we get into it, but we are here at one of the stations to
Yes.
volunteer at Santa's Anonymous.
Yes.
Can you talk a bit about what we are going to be doing today?
So what we're going to do here in this room in particular is this is where we curate a package for children ages 0 to 12. So 0 is an infant. But we, like I said, it's a carefully curated package. So we're not just throwing a toy in a bag and giving it to a child. We're going to build a package with a lot of purpose. We're going to build it around their age, sometimes around their gender, and then we're also going to include a book and a stuffed animal so that it really rounds out that package. So there's joy, there's play, we let children do their job, which is to play, but then also build some really important early literacy skills. And then when you have a stuffed animal, that brings a lot of joy, peace and security. And it's also kind of a fun time for kids to be a little bit creative, right? And to build some social skills.
Absolutely. Yeah, so let's get started.
Okay.
I know we have some different colored bags, so if you want to
Yes.
grab a bag, we can
Perfect.
curate the perfect package.
Excellent. Yes, I know. And I like to call it curate because of the fact that we are kind of building it with purpose and we are putting items in there very specifically. So even when we pick the toys, what we'd like to do is we like to try to pick a toy, one toy that they can play with on their own. So Christmas morning, they can open that gift package and there's a toy there that they don't have to wait for an adult to help them with or a friend or a sibling. They can play with it right off the hop, which that was me on Christmas morning with our stocking. We always had something in there that we could play with, maybe strategically so my mom could sleep in, but that was there. And then the second toy, we're gonna pick something that maybe they might need a friend to play with. Maybe it's a board game, maybe it's a really nice big Lego set, a ball that they can play with a friend. So like I said, there's a lot of thought that goes into it. So I guess we could start with those 2 toys. And then I clearly have already picked a stuffed animal that I think is the cutest in this pile. And then of course a book.
Perfect.
And then we'll do this one too.
So Rochelle will grab us some toys.
I'll do these too.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So and then again, so we're in the 3-4 category. So picking toys that work really well for, children that age. Well, so this is one of the fun things about After Teddy Bear Toss is we often find everyone, and not just our volunteers playing with the bears, the players themselves. So even though these are, boys, men, aged 16 to 20 years old, you often find them out on the ice being like, look at this cute bear. Like there's something really adorable about it that nobody can help themselves.
Yeah.
So once we get them all into that package.
And sorry, you mentioned Teddy Bear Toss. For folks who don't know, what is that?
So Teddy Bear Toss is actually what really enables us to have this 4th item in our package. So every single year, the Edmonton Oil Kings, they host a game, typically end of November, early December, and it's truly probably the most fun you can have while making an impact in the city of Edmonton. And the magic to it is also it's a lot of kids helping kids. Those stands are filled with families. And so families will bring one or many stuffed animals, depends on how much they actually want to throw onto the ice. And you wait for that first goal. by the Oil Kings, not the opposing team. And so you're just on the edge of your seat. It feels like playoff hockey, just waiting to hear that goal horn, and then it just, the fur flies. And so this year, we actually ended up with 15,458 bears that were thrown onto the ice. And so those come back here. Again, they are very carefully sorted because we want to make sure the right kids are getting the right gift package. So we have the infants, the 1-2 year olds, and then 3+ bears. So they get sorted here, and then they come into this room and go right into the package out to their new home.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I never knew. I've always wondered what they did with like the teddy bears because I've heard about it before, but I didn't know. It was
They come
for
here.
Something that's amazing.
Yes, it's an amazing partnership. It's one that's a lot of fun. They also raise a lot of important dollars for us that night through the 50-50 and Chuck-a-Puck, and they auction off because they make very specific annual jerseys for that teddy bear toss game specifically. Sometimes they have a cute little like teddy bear theme to them. This year it was really nostalgic for the old Christmas tree, with the old fuzzy garland and things like that. So that's a blast, and then they actually auction off the game-worn jerseys as well. And so those funds also come to us, which we use to purchase some of these toys, purchase the books, because while a lot of our items are donated to us, we do have to sometimes purchase to fill those gaps. We know that this is something that's really near and dear to so many people's hearts. So if this is a way that we can make it a little bit easier, we all love the convenience of having something delivered to their door. We love seeing our Amazon delivery guy. But then we also love when people bring in a toy donation here, or also we have well over 50 locations throughout the city where people can drop off. So if you're out grocery shopping, they can purchase an item there and just drop it right off in the box on the way out. And then those toys do make their way to us on a fairly regular basis.
That's so nice. I didn't know about the Amazon thing. I'm a big Amazon user, but usually we'll go out and we'll buy gifts.
Yes.
And I find a lot of the time we just don't have, we like to go as a family.
Yes.
And so it's hard to find the time for all of us to go. So with that Amazon, that's amazing. I can do it right before bed.
Right? Well, this is the thing is like, we love seeing people come in the door. It is our favorite to be able to celebrate people's giving, especially when they're bringing in the little kids. But I also get it. I'm a mom. You throw in, a few extracurricular activities. It's Christmas. The weekends get very busy. And then I'll often hear from someone say, oh, like I really wanted to support, but I just couldn't get down this year. And so we thought this was a great way to just make it a little bit easier for them. And and perhaps in a couple of years, they will be coming back in again. Or as their kids are older now, they'll be coming in, volunteering and dropping off that toy donation. Either way, we just want to make it really easy for everyone to support us in whatever way makes most sense to us, makes the most sense to them, sorry.
I also think it's super fun because I don't have a lot of little ones in my life to shop for, but I always see such cool toys for little ones that I'm like, wow, someone would love to have this.
It's so fun, like going into like Toys R Us and picking everything out. Oh, it's great.
You get to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then actually, I have a friend who is the opposite. She doesn't have children. She's like, I don't want to go to a toy store, but I love what you guys do. I think what you do is really, really important. And so she just makes a monetary donation every year. And she's like, you know what? I know you're going to do some really good shopping. And so that's her way of giving. She's like, I don't know what kids play with these days. And I'm like, that's very fair. I'm a really good shopper. I've gotten quite good at it. And in fact, we have some really amazing partnerships where we get an incredible deal. So again, as a mom myself, I know what the retail prices are because that's what I pay when I'm purchasing for my daughters. What I'm paying for each item when I'm purchasing it, significantly less. So I can really stretch those dollars too.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, it's
Little
pretty
goes
cool.
a long way.
Yeah.
It definitely does. And again, this is where, the most common question I'll get through the season is people say, Angel, what do you need? Do you need toys or do you need a donation? Like, which do you want? I'm like, well, yes to both. Because each one is very important. The monetary donations I can use to purchase for those age categories that we're running short of. But when I purchase, the reason why I get such a good deal is because I'm buying several hundred units at a time. So it would get very methodical if we were just like one of these, one of these, one of these, one of these.
Yeah.
And it even increases the likelihood that somebody might get the same toy again next year. So that's where those toys that come in create variety. And so we actually mix, every bin is filled with both donated and purchased toys.
Okay.
So, and sometimes you can tell, sometimes you can't. And that to me is what creates the variety. It also makes it a fun experience for the volunteers. Our volunteers here do all the heavy lifting, truthfully. We're in our office, we're working away, trying to make sure that we have the funds to do what we do and that we have all the logistics in place. But our volunteers are out here doing everything. They're putting in 14,000 hours to make sure that all of these toys are wrapped, that they are bagged, that they're in their zones, ready to go out on delivery weekend.
Wow.
Yes.
I also thought that you guys actually wrapped them, so I'm glad to see that you have the bags. So I'm like, I don't know how many people you'd need to get all of that done.
Oh, and how many rolls of sticky tape you would go through? Wow.
Yes, it was a little bit longer. These bags definitely help. We find that we have a few more men in the room that come and help because, and truthfully, I'm a terrible rapper.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. Mine's always like, we wrap the night before Christmas, and by Christmas morning, the tape is popping open. It's, right, like it's, I'm not great at it. So I totally understand. This makes it a lot easier. And truthfully, when we're serving over 20,000 kids every single year, there is a lot to our process. These bags go through a lot. So there's a reason why we say no breakable items. Because truthfully, this bag, if it's the first bag that goes out, it might be under a pile of another 500 bags. Now imagine what happens, okay, if you have my terrible wrapping skills and I can barely get it from my living room to under the tree without something tearing or opening, you can only imagine what that looks like by the time it gets to somebody's house. And so we want to make sure it looks like it came from the North Pole and that it's in pristine shape. And these really help do that.
Yeah.
And I think too, these are awesome because they can be reused afterwards. So that's
Definitely
really wonderful for the environment as well.
Exactly. No, so they can definitely be reused. And they also make sure that, the families know which is for which kids. So we want to follow manufacturer age ranges. We want to make sure, particularly those 0 to 3 year olds, because we don't want an infant putting something in their mouth that's a choking hazard. So this lets the families know what's for that child. Yeah.
Awesome. So next
what's
step,
the
we
next
have our bag, we have our teddy, our book, and our 2
Perfect.
toys.
Well, who would like to write out the tag?
Rochelle, you have nicer writing than I do.
Oh.
So did you feel like this bag was for a girl or a boy?
I would say a girl.
Little My Little Pony in there?
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you're going to write G 3-4.
You mentioned 10 months of planning ahead of the season. So while Christmas season is maybe a month or two for most folks, for you folks, it's all year round, really. You're working hard to make this possible.
We are here year round, so we have a complement of, we have 4 year-round staff. 2 of us are full-time year-round, 2 of us have a hybrid part-time, full-time role. As soon as we flip over that calendar to January, we're already planning for 2025. So we're always looking for the next year, what we're going to do, how we're going to enhance, what toys do we need. So we're making sure that we're doing inventories that we know and trying to anticipate what the need will be and where our gaps will be so that we can place some overseas orders so that we can have everything ready to go, because we need about 10,000 items just to open up this room.
Wow.
So to have the 10 different stations, 3 to 4 bins per station, it equals out to be pretty close to 10,000 toys. So we can't actually start at 0. We have to make sure, so we're here, we can accept donations year round. We're making sure that we're out and about in the community so that people are aware that we are here to support them, we're here to help them. Who do we help? We want to make sure that information's out there nice and early. And then once we open up those doors to our volunteers, mid-November, our team we're on our home stretch, and everyone comes in with their amazing energy and just basically gives us like that breath of fresh air, that second wind to take us right till Christmas.
For those volunteers, or folks, I guess, who do want to volunteer, how would they go about doing that?
I would say the number one thing is to go on and register as a volunteer. So that's the best way, because once you're registered as a volunteer, and if you click that we can contact you, you'll get notifications as shifts are opening, if there's a new role that we're recruiting for, all that information. The next best way is to online. You can subscribe to our North Pole news. That we have everything on there. We have different events, so things like the teddy bear toss, we would highlight in there saying, hey, tickets have opened. Go get your tickets, because you want to be in the lower bowl getting hit with all the bears as they're flying down. It's so much fun. We also have any other events. We also have dates for when different shifts are going to be opening. So we actually open up our shifts largely in 2 chunks. We do our main volunteer, so the gifting and bagging. On November 1st, we open up all the shifts for the season. They go very quickly family day is gone in about 5 minutes. The rest of the shifts are gone in usually just over an hour.
Wow.
So it's important. Like this is like, I feel like we're like the Taylor Swift of
like
charity,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
That everybody
100%.
wants to be here because it is so much fun. Like we want to make sure it's fun. It's a tradition. So we want to make sure people are aware of when to go online so that they don't miss that opportunity.
When we came in, I don't think I saw someone who wasn't smiling. Like
Yeah.
everyone seems like they're having so much fun.
Yeah.
And when it's that simple and easy and just kind of an environment, I
Yeah.
think that totally makes sense.
We definitely have a pretty fun vibe going here.
Yeah.
Some people have said that the room just has, they walk in and you just have that Christmas energy. And,
Yes.
and even we've had some people who, we have volunteers that have been here. Our longest standing volunteer has been here since almost the beginning. So we've existed for 69 years and he's been here for 65. And
Wow.
so, we talk about this legacy, but we're home for a lot of people at Christmas. Like this is like, they feel like it's homecoming when they get here and you see them sitting in the lunchroom having a coffee, talking about the last 10 or 11 months, right? Showing pictures of their grandkids.
Aw.
They've either gotten bigger or they have a new addition or they're going to have a new addition. But there's a friendship that just continues year over year and they're so excited to see each other every single year here. It's a pretty special place.
I think it's also like, especially getting older, you kind of lose the sparkle of Christmas. And I think in a way this brings it back for people.
Definitely. I totally agree. I think, for me, once we had kids, it was incredible. Like you see them on Christmas morning, you see them get really excited about Santa and suddenly you have this renewed sense of Christmas and the magic of Christmas. And then you come here and you can't have a bad day.
Yeah.
And it's almost like for me, it's not until those doors open that I feel like Christmas is coming, right? Like it's like you hear the Christmas music, you see the toys, you see the red bags, the blue bags, the green bags, and suddenly you're in the mood. And we have some years. Last year we had a brown Christmas. We had a little bit of snow in October, and then we didn't have snow again until January. And I think for those that were coming here, this is what got them in the mood. That got them in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the Christmas spirits. Like before I walked through the doors, really wasn't, but now I'm ready to go.
And you
so
walk in,
ready
you're
for
just like,
Christmas.
why is it so cold? And then you get here and you're like, well, because it's Christmas.
We are at the North Pole right now.
You
We have
are,
a job
and
to do.
You never know. Some days, sometimes Santa pops by and you hear the little bells going. And
That's so fun.
it is so fun. And what's always so cool is it doesn't matter whether you are a child or just a child at heart. Everybody gets excited to see Santa.
Yeah. And so for people that are wanting to donate, when does donations end?
Never.
Never? So
Never.
they can continue to come and bring in.
Of course.
Perfect.
Well, so what we do tell people is, if you really want your donation to go out this year, the earlier you get it to us, the better. Of course. But again, we can't open this room without 10,000 toys. So that's where we always say to people, like, it's fine. We get a lot of people coming after Christmas saying, can you still use this? And I'm like, absolutely. This is going to be one of the first items going out next year. So there's really no hard deadline.
Okay.
The only time that people can't deliver to us or drop off their donations is on delivery weekend. That weekend, we are singularly focused on getting items out of the warehouse. Nothing is coming into the warehouse. And that's just because it's logistically impossible to do both on a weekend where we'll have about 1,500 volunteers here over the course of 2 days. Yes, many moving parts.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
And for folks who might be in need of that support on Christmas, how would they go about getting access to delivery weekend and gifts for their family?
That's a really good question. And we always try to talk to people that need help or know somebody who needs help. Because one of the things that we're finding over the last couple of years, as you see inflation increasing, is that there are a lot of people who need help for the first time. They have never had to ask for help. And we know that toys, this is something that helps families thrive. And so we want to make sure that they know that we're here to help them. And so we really encourage both sides. If you need help or if you know somebody who needs help, the best thing you can do is go to santasanonymous.ca. We have a needs assistance tab. Right under there is the application form to apply for help. It tells you, our eligibility criteria. It tells you the dates of when applications open, when applications close.
Perfect.
Wow.
Again, so nice and easy. You have it all figured out.
We try to you know what, we're not in the business of making things hard for people. We are here to make life easier for families that need help. We're here to bring joy to kids. We're here to make sure that kids have their tools to do their job, which is to play. Kids learn through playing. They develop their fine and gross motor skills. They learn creativity. They learn problem solving. They learn how to socialize. And again, I always, a kid without a book in the home, if you can read, you can do anything. And so that's a really important part of our gift package in addition to the toys. And so, you know, we're just here to make sure that they have all their tools in their toolkit to do their job and make sure that all the volunteers are able to come here and have a blast while doing it.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Awesome. Should we get to more packaging? I realize we've only packaged like one gift. With all the busyness that goes on here, you do a lot of things and wear a lot of hats. What would you say is the most rewarding part of the work that you do?
Oh, that is a hard question. Oh, I don't actually know how to answer that because each one kind of comes with such, like each thing that I do comes with a different area of reward. So it's, you know, definitely working with the volunteers and our various stakeholders, our donors, our sponsors. I love taking them and walking them through the building and explaining to them our program from beginning to end. I can talk about our program ad nauseum. Like honestly, like I think because everything that we do is with purpose. And it's just, I don't know, I just feel like an immense amount of pride when I get to talk about what we do and what that journey of that toy is, or what that journey of that bear that gets flown at tossed at teddy bear toss. What is its journey and how does it make its way to a child is always so much fun. And watching someone with their eyes, like it doesn't matter, again, whether they're with their 5-year-old or it's somebody who thought or was once involved with Santa's many years ago, for them, their eyes are the size of saucers walking through the space going, I had no idea. I had no idea how big this was. I had no idea how carefully planned this was. Right, the 10 months that go into opening up this room so that it seems like this very seamless process. If I take you through the depot and show you each and everything that we do and why we do it, suddenly you realize like this is a pretty well-oiled machine, and we've put so many measures in place to make sure that every single gift package that you build is going to go to a child in need in our city and hopefully create a whole lot of joy and love on that morning. So I would say like that's just my favorite thing, getting to walk people through and tell them about what we do.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us.
Well, thank you.